Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Lake Dawson TV, and I'm your host, Mike Razor. And if you don't know by now, on this show we talk about real estate and growth and business as a whole and all that good stuff. It's been a while since I posted a video, but I'm back at it, and today I want to just go over real quick the what's most important, and that's business, in terms of business, and that is the relationship that you have with the individual clients that you work with the investors that you work with. And this is important. One of the most important and key aspects of real estate as a whole, because if you have a bad relationship with the bank, if you have a bad relationship with the purchaser, the seller, the investor, what then will happen is you would then have a bad reputation. Your leads will go down, and so on and so forth. But also too, this is the other thing. You also need to understand that this business as a whole is a strategy. It's strategic. So it's the same thing as if you decide that you want to play chess. And you play chess, different strategies of chess will allow you to win the game. There are also strategies that in certain circumstances you will end up losing. And when it comes to any amount of money that you utilize, any type of real estate that you're selling or you're purchasing, it all comes down to how you strategize, what your focal point is, what the next steps are, and the overall outcome. I always tell everybody that I am an analyst. You are an analyst, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't matter what business you are in as a whole, but obviously we're referring to real estate, but you are an analyst in this system. And what I mean by that is this. An intellectual individual knows that in the past things have happened to people, and the things that you're trying to accomplish in the real estate industry, or any industry for that matter, has already been done. So what do you do next? The next thing for you to do is learn the game, right? You learn the game, learn the process, and then you go out there and start the process. You win some, you lose some. You gain money, you lose money, and that's just how it is. Many times we look up to people, for example, and we want them to be our mentors. So we end up shelling out a lot of money for products or services that we felt were going to work for us, one-on-one training, that kind of thing. And then we find out later that, yes, they were an asset, but most of the information we already knew. So a lot of people ask, well, what was the purpose of me paying for having this mentor? It's better to have someone who's been there and done that to show you what not. My apologies for that. So where was I? It is better to have someone as a mentor that's been there and done that. It has the portfolio that you're trying to work on. Whether you're paying them or not paying them, it's better to have them backing you. You always want to have a team in place, and it's better to have someone who's already been there to push you through that process. Even if they're not a part of it, you could call them up, video chat, whatever you need to do to help push you to assure that, okay, this is what I'm doing right, this is what I need to fix, these people that I'm working with are legitimate, or these people I'm working with are not legitimate, okay? And then also too, in business, you have to be clear and concise and understand, read, define, print on any document that you receive for purchase for any type of business whatsoever. If you have an attorney, which you should have an attorney in all aspects of business, understand you need to allow that attorney to go ahead and read over your documentation, making sure everything is clear and concise. That's where real estate business. Make sure that the attorney is a real estate attorney if it's in real estate. If it's in business, make sure it's legal for business. Attorneys specialize in specific things, and that's the point that I'm making. So different attorneys are for different aspects of business and law as a whole. So you definitely want to do that, okay? The other thing, and I can't stress it enough, is building that team. So in business, you need to have your team. Have your team. That's the first thing you want to do. Do research, find your attorneys, find your accountants, find your assistants, find your business partners, and begin with that, and then build the business from there on, okay? This is the chess game, okay? You have to be legitimate. The other aspect, especially if you're trying to get funding from Small Business Association or just banks in general, nonprofit underwriters, you have to make sure that you have a track record, a positive track record, okay? Some of us, majority of us, we don't even know what our credit looks like, you know? And my thing is this: begin with trying to figure out, okay, where do I need to start? Get a pen and paper, write it down. This is where I'm going to begin. I'm going to begin changing my life and growing from me and my family by doing this. Some of you may have uncles or aunts who are already in the industry, or friends or families who are already in the industry. Put proposals together. And maybe I'll put a video up about proposal writing, but put a proposal together to offer someone interest on a loan for you to begin building your business, okay? This is very important, okay? So maybe you, and what I've also begun doing was reaching out to people and offering them lunch, offering them dinner at their favorite restaurant, just to pick their brain about what it is that they do and how they do their business. I've made mistakes in the past. Everybody's made mistakes in the past, but we've learned from those mistakes and we've moved on. It's time to move on, okay? People are people all over. What are you gonna do, right? Just learn from it, take a step up, move on to the next phase. That's all you can do. And honestly, sometimes you have to separate yourself from the crowd of people that you're used to being around. Okay? You want to build a big business, a successful business, you are becoming a brand new person, ladies and gentlemen. You are not the same person that you were before. This is clear. Okay? If you're used to dressing a certain way, if you're used to working out a certain way, if you're used to taking a certain type of transportation, if you're used to spending all your money, if you're used to spending that end of the year refund check, you know, all of that stuff is a learning process, because when you get into business, for example, you may have to restructure your tax documentation. And I'm not a CPA, so you know, you want to go and speak to a CPA or a tax strategist about the taxation policies and all of that stuff. But from a business standpoint, you may want to leverage and lower the amount of taxes taken out from your check so that you could utilize it for the new business that you have. And then, because businesses have a different tax sector, you may want to use that money for that and then develop the business, and then it's a tax write-off at the end. Okay? These are important things to know. If you guys don't know, also, I have my book, The 90-Day Blitz. I am currently writing the part 2 of that book, and it's on Amazon right now, so it's Amazon.com. /author/Mike Racer. So you can put my full name, MichaelRaysor, and it should pop up. It's a red book. Quick read, but I like to get directly to the point when I write my books. This is one aspect of being able to work with mentors, people who have been where you're trying to go. Okay, this will give you the sustainability needed for you to move forward in your life and growth in business. And people make mistakes. People, and I can't stress this enough, man. There's been so many times that I have done deals, right? Excuse the screen if it's blurring out. But that I have done deals, right? And in my doing these deals, my checks were supposed to be around $7,000, $8,000, $9,000, $10,000 for these deals in real estate and my marketing and PR company and my my social media marketing company and then also in real estate investing. And they end up falling through and I end up losing money. Either the client that I was working with just fell off and did their own thing, and they breached the contract. There's been times where I've had clients who breached their contract, tried to go around and directly to a specific agency to rent or purchase a home, and because of that contract, the company and the friendship that I had with these people, they reached out to me and let me know. And then I had to bring the legal team in and have the legal team handle it if the person wasn't willing to pay what was due. Okay? And then there's other times where, business deals just don't go the way that you expect it to go, and now you have to pay back the loan that you presented, that you received from an investor. So now you have to pay back that loan and still have reserve money and still have, your other businesses working. This thing is a process, okay? It's still a process. So, look, this is why I'm here. This is why other real estate investors and business owners are here to show you how to not make the same mistakes. Okay? And if you don't know, I've been in real estate investing. I've had my real estate license for 10 years. I've owned my businesses and been in marketing and PR and management. I've done all of that. I've been doing that for a very long time. And, luckily I've learned from mistakes I've made. I have had some amazing friends and mentors, and you should definitely get that. You have to get out of your comfort zone. The minute that you become comfortable is the minute that everything stops. Trust and believe me. So get out of your comfort zone, get started to that next level in business, in your business, and structure your systems the way that is required in order for you to move on to the next level, to the next phase, to that new you, to that new business. And try out several different options. If you're just starting out and you want to start certain businesses, maybe some businesses are not, maybe you're not good at it. Maybe you need to hire somebody to actually do the work, outsource. Maybe you need to restructure your patterns if you've already started and you don't see any real return. You may need to reprocess the whole system. You have to study, definitely. So if you are a writer, for example, I've had a lot of people who have come to me and asked, because I'm also an author, so not only of the real estate book, but of other books as well, which are totally separate. This is something that I do as a hobby. So I don't even like advertise it or anything like that, but they ask questions like, well, how did you get started, or what happens if you're writing one book and then another book pops into your mind, like what do you do at that point, that kind of thing. And this is with everything, you just do it. You just begin. You begin and you learn along the way. If you really love it, some of us have distractions, some of us have kids, some of us have families, and some of us are single, some of us don't. Some of us only have our businesses, some of us only work our 9-to-5s, and I can tell you this: if you want excitement in your life, if you want growth in your life, if you want to meet new people with the same mindset, then start a business. Start a business, begin going to galas and events, nonprofit organizations, things of that nature. This way you can meet new people with the same frame of mind that you do. Because it's hard to meet people at work who are on the same level as an entrepreneur as you are. Most people aren't. Most 9-to-5 employees are not. They just want to work, they want to go home. Want to work, want to go home. Okay? So this is a very important aspect of self-growth. The other thing is this: some of you don't even have suits in your closets. You don't have blouses in your closet. You don't have, dress socks, black belts. You don't have any of that stuff. And these are also components of business that are required for you to grow. Now, I could tell you in the innovative field of business, most people don't wear suits. They dress down and they come in as comfortable as they need to in order to accomplish the goals that the business is requiring for them to do. Makes sense. Okay, wonderful. Be comfortable, come in, do what you got to do, right? Some of us, on the other hand, when we're conducting business for banks and we're negotiating deals and we are the boss, we do have the choice, but we also know that first impressions are key. And if we're having lunch at the Four Seasons, or we're having dinner at Cipriani, or we are at a football dinner for the Jets. So it all depends. Everything is dependent upon what the environment is. So this is it, ladies and gentlemen. It's just a matter of you moving forward, you going to that next phase, you growing within yourself, and you becoming the best you. Okay? Look, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't subscribed and liked to this channel, go ahead and subscribe, click the bell, and I'm going to be putting up videos every week, once a week, on growth and success in business, and then also bringing in new people in the field of real estate to talk to you all about growth. Not just myself, but my friends, my investors, all these great people who have been successful in real estate as a whole. All right? So I'll be talking to you all. Hope you all have a wonderful day.